Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the A&A Show. And today, we are going to be talking about the film Spice World of our last episode about the Spice Girls.
I don't believe you.
I'm sorry. I started giggling because I looked at his name. It said Aaron Spice. And I was like,
Avia, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Why? Because you're Aquarius? You don't believe in anything?
Typical
You don't
Leo.
believe in anything?
he believe in magic.
Oh, it's taking asking. Typical Leo, that is. That's Capricorn. That's Capricorn. But yeah, that scene was hilarious. The Zodiac scene was hysterical. But we're gonna talk about our overall impressions of the film. So, Mike, you want to go first? You want to start first?
Avia for beauty.
He said it. Said it, not me. He said it, not me.
So you're real spicy. Greetings from Earth 2, 4, and 3. No, as I just said, this was a cultural reset for the pop girls of the 90s. This movie was really good to me as a kid, and then revisit it as an adult. I was like, the nostalgic feels that I got from listening to the Spice Girls, it brought back all those memories and everything. Overall thoughts, oh God, it was a good movie. It was very popish, very, had a little action, a little comedy. It gave you all it needed to do for a 90s movie. I revisited the trailer after I watched the movie again. And yeah, I love the feels that that suspenseful voiceover, that comedic feel with the trailer and everything like that, and how they were bringing them to life. I thought it was cool. Avia telling me the score was a 3.5 out of 5. I don't think it deserves that, because I think it, now you revisit it and you're like, oh my God, this came out in the 90s. What other girl group had a movie like that? So, yeah, it was good.
And I love this movie because, like you said, like it's pure nostalgia.
Mhm.
Pure nostalgia. Like it brought me back to why I love them so much.
Right.
It also showed that they weren't perfect. It was like a week in a day in the life of the Spice Girls. On the road, traveling all the time. Not getting any time off, always rehearsing. They weren't able to hang out with their friend Nicola, while she was pregnant, even though they really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And then performing, showing the superstars that they are, and they could act because they were just funny in this movie. They were hysterical, and it reminded me of A Hard Day's Night. They modeled it
Yes.
off of that. The day in the life of the Beatles, and it's just reminiscent of that because, like we were saying in that Spice Girls episode, like they had that. In the '60s there was Beatlemania, but in the '90s there was Spice Girl mania, and it definitely showcased that as well. And I just love this movie, and I'll watch it over and over and over again.
We still gotta have our watch along. I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, as somebody who wasn't into Spice Girls but watching it for the first time, which I guess low key this would kind of be a fresh eyes thing, wouldn't it? Like a pilot.
Yes. Okay. Come on, fresh eyes pilot. A pilot inside of a show. Okay.
Right. Backdoor pilot. Oh my God. See. Okay, yeah, no, it was. So, I mean, the movie is talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference.
Ooh.
Okay, like it was hilarious. It was heartwarming. Like I see why it became a cult classic because it's got a lot of heart, and all the girls have great comedic timing, like all the cameos. I mean, Jennifer Saunders, like just seeing, Alan Cummings run around, like, and once again, not recognizing Richard E. Grant because of that damn goatee was hilarious to me.
It's sir.
Like, I don't know how it happened, but the movie was really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know why it had that score. Like, there was some haters back in the 90s. There was some haters.
Full on haters. I get it. Yeah. It wasn't the best movie ever made. Like, I get it. But come on. It wasn't that bad. Right. It wasn't that bad. Like, come on.
I mean, I feel like it did what it needed to do.
Exactly. It did what it needed to do.
Right.
I mean,
it was funny.
It's the Spice Girls. Yeah, it was cheesy. It was the Spice Girls. And it still gave you their cultural background of them, where they come from. So they do have, those jokes and those, those puns and stuff like that. So, and you got that, so I think a lot of people, I think a lot of critics probably back in the day was like, they probably wanted it to be more of a doc film, which I think they took. I think they took the approach of a doc film, because you do get the seriousness of them. I'm gonna try not to say the same, because it's actually one of my favorites what they do. But you get the seriousness of the group and how they, how they move through their lives and everything like that, and how they. I gotta wait because it's gonna go into my scene.
It was a lot of British humor. I think
it was
a lot of British humor.
I think looking back, if you look at it from a critical standpoint, I think American audiences wouldn't be too fond of British humor back then. I mean, today, like, the shit's hilarious because a lot of the scenes are just memes. Like, if you really think about it, they're just memes. And, like, Avia knows my favorite scene because I texted to her. I'm gonna keep saying that like a billion times from now on, and nobody's gonna get it. But it is hilarious. I'm gonna
please clip it, please clip it and use it one day.
Oh my god, clip it.
Use it. Yeah, no, it was a great movie. Like,
because I want to clip the scene so bad, like at the end credits. When when they're all huddled up in front of the screen, and it's like,
yeah,
on telly then.
It's the way Posh was like. Right. I love Posh. Every time Posh get in the camera, she got to move her hair. Like,
okay, let's talk about this. The fact that Posh, when she came out when they were in boot camp and she made a dress.
Yes, she's in a dress. She's not even doing that. She's just walking past.
Right, made a dress out of all of that. Just,
I mean, she was the fashion one.
Right,
she was
the fashion one. So I mean, make it fashion.
And I got to quote it. I got to do it. I got to do it.
Get it.
It must be hard for you, Victoria, trying to decide between the little Gucci dress, Oh, the little Gucci dress. I had to do it.
I love, and by the way, she quotes that a billion times
all the
in
time.
real life.
It's a good quote. It's a good quote.
Iconic.
And also the Aquarius one. You're an Aquarius. You don't believe in anything.
And it's true. It's very true. I didn't believe this movie was going to be all that and a bag of chips, since we're going back in the 90s, but
come on, all that me wrong. Bag of chips.
It proved me wrong.
Ooh, gotta revisit other 90s movies.
Oh yes. We need to do that.
I mean, if we do all that quick sidetrack in episode, if we do that and talk about music, especially in the Disney realm, I think a good starting off point would be Goofy movie.
Yes.
I knew you was gonna do that.
Got that eye to eye thing going. I mean,
I knew you was gonna start. Anytime I like look for a Goofy gift, they do that.
Oh, with Powerline, with the
every time.
I see that gift. Something about the 90s.
I mean, the aesthetic I
Yeah.
mean, the '90s aesthetic was in the movie as well. You
Yes.
know, the cinematography, the
Yep.
humor, everything. The fashion was there.
Mhm.
So I mean, '90s movies, they're all. I feel like majority of them are cult classics now.
Definitely. I'm actually surprised that some of the humor from Austin Powers didn't trans over to this, because that was like the same time. Like
Right.
it kind of felt like it was neck and neck.
Mhm.
Because like the movie, I'll just say it like this: the scene with the bus, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Mhm.
The scene with the bus, hilarious.
Classic. Classic.
I don't know who thought of that. Whoever did, thank you. Come to the
Right.
show. I don't know what you want, but like hilarious.
It was. Especially
That was
the
so
part
good.
like we don't have the budget for that, and then it's like the toy bus going over the. It's like, oh yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I don't know who thought of that.
Like they was telling you, like we making this movie. Did you know that
Right?
the movie was made in 2.5 months?
Really?
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
June. It was started in June. It was done in August.
See, there you
I
go.
mean, it don't take
There
too
we
much
go.
with the Spice Girls, no shade,
Right.
but
Right.
because they. I
I
mean,
mean,
I
you
feel
can
like
tell
they
they
were
had
naturally whoever wrote the movie naturally wrote them as themselves
right.
with a little more, maybe 5% more, maybe 10% more before the camera, but whoever wrote it writ the girls for themselves, so
Yeah, and it
you
was
naturally
funny.
saw them. Mhm.
And it was spot on.
Yeah, it had no business being that funny. They really did. They had all the business, but they had no business being that funny. Because I mean, the alien scene, the truck scene,
Yes.
like what who thought of that and was like, you know what, aliens? Yeah, let's do
It's
that.
thinking outside the box, and
Right,
aliens in the '90s. You think
right,
about X-Files and stuff like that, so that was probably a pun.
right.
And
It's
it's
just
the
like,
fact that they understood them. The fact that
yeah,
they
no,
understood
yeah, no, that was
them.
funny. Yeah, that like I didn't like half the things that happened in that movie. I did not expect.
Because like when
I
it
did not
tells like
expect.
touch ball being fresh, like get off, and then like they're understanding, and then the part when they ask Mel C to sign,
Right,
they and they say the name, and
Mhm.
Mel's like, is that 3 or full case? And then Emma just says, so surely full.
like how like
She's so sure about it. It just makes
like
it
I would
so much
like to see more movies like this.
I still can't believe this was your first time watching it.
right. Mm-mm-mm.
I ain't said nothing. It is what
Oh,
it
the
is. But
Look,
and
while
that's
y'all were watching Spice World N97, I was too busy watching movies I shouldn't have been watching.
oh, okay. Okay.
Like very obscure animated movies that if I reference them, nobody would get it. So it don't matter. Okay, while y'all watching Spice World on HBO, I was watching Happily Ever After Fairy Tales for Every
Hey, I
Child on
watched that
HBO.
too. I
oh
watched
my god,
that
I
too.
watched that too.
Carter,
Don't
I
do
watched that
that now.
too.
Don't be like that.
And a
Oh
little
my
Korean.
god.
And a
Oh my
little
God, look, I mean,
like
Little Curious shit. That's another one we gotta review. We gotta review a
yep.
lot of stuff. No, but
Yeah.
Oh
like
yeah.
I said, my favorite scenes. What were y'all favorite? Oh wait, one more of mine. The funniest one to me was when they were talking to that little boy in that coma,
Yeah.
and Pop Spice was like, "And I'm Victoria Malcolm."
Like she was so like airheaded,
Right,
but at the same time smart.
right.
Like
It's funny. That was so
like
funny.
fashion smart, airheaded.
Well, she has so many great quotes. Like, can someone please tell me what is the dress code here? Like,
Oh yeah, in the club. Yeah,
I
in the club.
think she was my favorite.
Period.
like it's like I never know what to wear.
Right. I was thinking about the look. Oh, and she gave you a look. I'm sorry. She gave you a look every time.
Yep,
Where's the
she did
lie?
all the
Where's
time.
the lie?
Gave you a look. Avia, what was your favorite scene?
Oh my god, I have so many. I have so many. Um, Definitely. Are we doing performance or just regular scenes?
Regular.
Okay.
I can't
So,
talk about performance yet.
so my favorite regular scene. I love the photo shoot scene.
Mm-hmm.
I love the photo shoot scene because, like I said last episode, and I didn't realize until I watched it again that Dominic West played the photographer.
Mm-hmm.
He played the photographer. I
Yep.
was like, oh, that's Dominic West.
Yep.
Okay. And they get so fed up with these photo sessions that they, what, let's be some different people for a change. And then they dress up in famous cuts like Jackie O, Diana Ross, Elton John, Elvis,
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn Monroe, like Bob Marley, like
They
all
did
pretty
them
much
all. They did
right.
all the legends it looked like.
And they referenced all of them in The Lady is a Vamp. So I'm like, that's
Right.
definitely. That's like, okay, cool. And then I love it when they dress up as each other
Yeah,
and
that
they
was
do
great.
it on each other. And it's just so funny. And then another part that was hilarious. That's another small but funny part. It's like after when they're in Milan and they're
Mm-hmm.
rehearsing for the show, and the guys come out, pretty much nothing but sailor hats and
Oh yeah, yeah.
and right, they're all girls like, what is going on? Like, what's going on here? And then Mel B and Jerry are around this one guy, and they go, do you think that's real down there? And then Mel B's like, it looks like a bunch of roll-up socks to me. Like,
Do you think that's real down there?
like, growing up,
Oh
I didn't
man.
understand it. Growing up, I didn't understand that, but now, like, that shit is hilarious.
Do you
That's
think that's
it's
real down there?
hysterical.
That way, I want to tweet that. Do you think that's real?
I was just like, when I heard it, like when I was a grown up, like, oh my god,
Right.
like
Oh shit!
How did they get some of those jokes in there?
I don't know, but it was just funny. I was just like,
I don't think that. Now I'm be saying that all the time.
and then the chess scene, of course, classic.
Tweet.
Like the chess scene is classic, of
Oh yeah.
course. Like you can't do that. Says who? Mr. Chess. It's been the rules for thousands of years. Like there's just so many great moments in this movie. Like Aaron said, when they're all introducing themselves to Malcolm, Victoria just goes all, it's just like, and I'm Victoria Malcolm.
Like this whole, he's in a coma. Just let's lay your hand on his hand and just say, I'm Victoria now.
Like, I'm surprised they didn't. In a different life, I could have seen them have a Spice World sitcom.
I would loved it. I would have loved it.
Oh, a sitcom would have been dope to been a spinoff from the movie.
I would have loved it. And also the mama scene, like where they're mothers and they're
Yeah.
that scene was funny too.
Victoria gonna
Kiss
send
me,
them kids.
lucky they are.
Send them kids to boarding school. How real is that?
Like I love, like there are just so many great moments in this movie, and I think it's blasphemy that it's 3.5. Like it doesn't deserve the 3.5. It doesn't. Like it's way better than 3.5.
Yeah, I feel like it's about a 4, like a 4.5. I mean, because when you look at it, I don't think there is no movie that is like that with a girl group.
Yeah.
So I feel like it set itself apart. It probably stepped out the box and did some things, but you can't fault them from actually trying to create a movie about the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then having those different genres all into. The only thing you didn't have was horror.
That was it.
And they could have done
drama.
Oh, they kind of did.
Drama.
They kind of did. Mm-hmm. Remember when the paparazzo came to, and when they were in the house?
Oh yeah.
You can't count that.
And actually, geek moment. That's funny that you would say horror because that was Richard O'Brien who made Rocky Horror.
Okay, now
Yep.
Rocky Horror is my shit.
Really,
Y'all, I
now see,
love that
really,
movie.
the spirit of Rocky Horror was low key in Spice World. Like the campiness
Mm.
of it was just campy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Horror is super campy.
Well, they would have had Tim Curry in it.
Tim Curry could have been the dude at the press with the
He would have
tabloids.
been perfect. He would have been
That could have
perfect.
been his role, obsessed with bringing them down.
Oh
Why
yeah,
does I hate the Spice Girls?
he wanted to be a Spice Girl, and he wasn't a girl. That's all.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Pretty much
That's
it.
it.
That man was spitting
He was. He was spinning.
for no reason.
I think one of my favorite things about the movie was them showing them when they went in the flashback. They went to them in that club, and it showed them basically at the prequel of being the Spice Girls before they were mainstream and everything. You got to see them performing in this club, and it was intimate and everything like that, almost like a speakeasy or whatever. But I like the fact that you saw their journey to the top.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't all, Spice Girl, Spice World, let's go, let's go. They let you revisit where they came from. So I appreciate them actually showing us a peek of their prequel, basically a prequel to the Spice Girls. So, I'm a sucker for backstories.
Period.
So.
Period. Ooh. So then the $1 billion question is, since you said that, which opens up something to my favorite thing that I'll get into in a minute, but age before beauty, as we've established. I'm kidding. Aries is the first on the list of zodiac, so you go first.
You want me to push a button? Is that what you want me to do?
No, maybe
Okay.
I don't know, but very scary Spice of you. Okay, odd geek Spice. I'm gonna come up with a Spice name for all of us.
Earth for Spice.
Earth for Spice.
For Spice.
It's spicy. It's got a spicy form.
Change my name real quick.
Oh my god.
Spicy 4.
So what was your favorite spicy form? There it is. There it is. That's spicy form. So what was your favorite musical moment? Your favorite musical scene? Yeah.
Oh my god, because I hate that it was I don't hate that it was at the end, but it was like that whole coming together, that final hoorah, that moment. And it's the way they took us backstage, seeing them, and then they go and they on the stage, and just how every time I saw that part, I'm up in the
right. Oh, so you shook it to the left.
Oh, shook it to the left, shook it to the right. Like that is my favorite musical scene, only because, like I said, it was the finale after seeing them through this journey and everything like that. I think that was the main. I don't want to say it was the main single, but I think that was the popular song at that time. Right. So see them to close out the movie with that, that's my favorite, and plus that's my favorite song. Besides Two Become One.
Yes.
Until Become One is my shit. But Spice Up Your Life is that's my anthem. That's my Spice. That's my spirit animal for Spice Girl songs.
I like that. That's your zodiac. That's your zodiac. That's your Spice zodiac. There you go.
Spice 4. Let me change my name.
Oh my god! Here we go. Anyway,
Spicy.
Anyway, this man really for the change. I hope he do. That'd be funny as hell. Really says Spicy 4, but like, that's a good scene. I think my favorite scene has to be when they sang "Wannabe" in the restaurant, when they did the flashback, when kind of how Mike was saying, right before they blew up, and they had the little demo, they told them to play it, and then they were just dancing around. That goes into that heartwarming aspect. You could see their family you know, and they just having fun. And it's like, you know, it's a bit of, you know, I don't know the right word for it at the moment because I'm just thrown off, but yeah, I can't think of the right word, but it's, you know, dramatic irony. It's like dramatic irony because you know what's going to happen later, but it's like filming them in that moment where they didn't have anything but themselves and their music. It just, it's something about that, you know,
You can
like,
see their true passion for what they
right,
had. You
right.
know,
Like that's my favorite scene.
yeah, you
It's
saw their
just,
passion.
plus, you know, I have a bit of a bias because that was the only song I knew for a long time. But, you know, it was great. That was really, really great.
Your favorite
My
musical scene?
it well, since he said "Wannabe," which is my favorite, because it showed them when they first started, their energy, their
Oh,
charisma,
not that
get
being all my
into
favorite scenes.
trying to make it into the music business. But I have to say, "Say You'll Be There," their rehearsal for "Say You'll Be There" was also top tier
Period.
because it starts off with orchestral type sound, them just sitting on their stool, laughing, talking, having fun, and all of a sudden it goes into right into it, and you're like, okay, it
Right.
was a nice transition. When as it starts getting a little bit faster, they start getting off
Right.
their stools and get ready, and you're like, okay, this is dope. This is dope. And then of course, Too Much, the intro song, one of my faves. When they're performing at Top of the Pops, all white, sultry, all of them, they're in their element. Can't beat it.
Ooh.
Can't,
When you say that, it makes me think about how the beginning of the movie put them in their element, and then we see them transition into a whole nother
Right.
element, and then we see them
Right.
transition into in past, and then we see them transition back into their element. But it's like a whole new element because that friendship, that whole friendship thing was tested. Oh wow! Think about that too. You just said they were at their prime at the beginning of the
And
movie.
see, and now that you say that, that go back to what y'all were talking about earlier. Like it's got literally every beat of a documentary.
It does.
Technically, Spice World is the documentary just with the British humor. Like, yeah, because this shit, yeah, every beat is there. Like from the highs, the lows, the beginnings, the agent and the manager who's like on their ass, all of it, them being overworked. Yeah, it's all there.
Oh,
I hate that. I
yeah.
hate that this was the first time I saw it.
I mean, they got and then their friend being pregnant, and then they get to
Right,
see their friend,
right.
they get there in time for the birth of the child and everything like that. So that was their their golden moment, because that's their friend that, like Avia said, they wanted to hang out with, but because she's pregnant, they can't do all the things they want to do with her. So all
And
those
then the
guys.
baby part was hilarious. The baby part was also hilarious.
Yeah,
Your boy
in the truck. Yeah, that's funny.
like, stay in there. We're not ready for you yet.
Right. Oh.
And Jared was like, you should close your legs together. And then Melby's like, well, she should have thought about that 9 months
Right,
ago.
that shit was hilarious. Yeah, that's
Yes.
why I said the movie got great one-liners.
Oh yeah, that was a perfect one liner.
Man.
Should thought about that 9 months ago.
That's some shit I would say. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh
I ain't even
shit!
gonna lie.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh,
Okay,
Bless this movie.
let me see.
yeah.
How can I take this a step further?
Ooh.
How would you want the sequel to be if there was a sequel?
Oh, okay. Okay, pretty much do kind of like what they did, like still set it like where they are now. You know how like the original was like them, like in their prime, touring, being top, top pretty much top girl group ever. Pretty much where they are now. They all go their separate ways. They're all doing their own thing. They're all separated, elsewhere. But 25 years of Spice Girls, there's a reunion tour, and it's pretty much trying to get them all together to perform one last time.
That's
Yes.
literally that's
Literally.
that's the plot I was thinking of. I feel
Me
like
too.
you get Richard E. Grant back, like the chief.
Yes.
Like get a new chief. I would have it be Judy Dench just to be funny. I would honestly get Judy Dench to be the new chief, and she's like, "You have to get the Spice Girls back together for this." And then you could even have like, hell, have Baby be a super spy at this point. Like have them do some really outlandish stuff. Have Posh Spice be like, have her parody, where she what's really going on with Victoria. Like I would go all out, have it be hilarious, have so many cameos, have like Adele there because she's like a super Spice fan. Like I just feel like she could be the one who's trying to bring them back together, low key.
Oh, that'd be funny and dope.
Yeah, that would be funny. Like I would.
The world needs you,
right? Like imagine a scene with Adele going up to Mel B like, no, you don't like she. Oh, okay, no, let me get into my pitch mode for a second. Okay, imagine if you will, if Mel B is like she goes to a grocery store or something, she's going home, it's dark, and somebody's stalking her, and it's like a horror movie, and then you end up having a light shine, and it's Adele like, oh my god. Like I would like do a scene straight out of a horror movie, have Mel B running and screaming, and then when she get home and start banging on the door, and then somebody pops up behind her, the person following her, and it's Adele the whole time.
I love it.
I like it.
That shit would be
here for it.
That shit would be hilarious.
I mean, all the beats, like the slow walk, you got your pan on your feet, you bring it up, and then you got her looking back. Oh, I would be here for that. I would be so here for Adele bringing them back together in a sequel.
I would love it. Like she's trying to find
daughter.
Like this really was something it could be like is like Girls 5 Eva.
Yes, yeah.
Be similar to Girls 5 Eva, like this girl group who was prominent in like the early 2000s coming back together because someone sampled their song. And Adele to be the person to sample their song, to be like, y'all coming on tour with me. Like y'all, I want y'all to come with me. It's pretty much.
Oh, so Adele wants them to open up.
Yeah, to be like her, like they're like, hold up, we're the Spice Girls. If we're going on tour, it's not gonna be us being an open act.
Right, it would be on their terms. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Oh my gosh. See, we
need a sequel.
Like right now, expeditiously, like right now.
I wanna zig I wanna zig.
And I'm ready. They're supposed to be, pre-production for their animated movie to where they're supposed to be superheroes, and I'm ready for it. Like now, like.
Yeah, that would be. I think that would be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that would be so dope.
Right, and then the fact that they said that there'd be original music from them, like new music from them, and I'm like, okay, now if all of them are gonna be involved, and they would do this, because I mean it's just voice acting, like that would be pretty iconic, especially with today's animation.
Oh yeah, and put it on Netflix. Over.
Yeah.
I would think it would be Paramount because it said on June 13th. It said June 13th, 2019. It was reported that Paramount Animation president, whoever this lady is, had greenlit the project with all 5 members of the band returning.
See, well, there you go.
Paramount Plus.
So I think if anything, it would be on Paramount Plus.
They better make a David Beckham
show. Check and see if Spice were on there. Speaking of, Paramount Plus got a whole bunch of stuff, y'all.
They do. They really do.
Nope. Not yet. But nah, I can see that. Them superheroes. I just want to see what costumes they would wear as superheroes.
Right.
Who's the bad guys?
Right.
Are the bad guys like go with me? Hold on. Like, and I'm about to say this, but Spice Girls but the animation style, Jim and the holograms.
Ooh,
The
okay.
Misfits. Oh,
Right. Like who is who is the Spice Girls misfits?
the Spice Boys.
Like if they really did an animation, I would want them to have
A new
their
up and
type of
coming band.
misfits.
A
So
new up and
what?
coming girl band. A new up and
Yes.
coming girl band. Yes.
Oh, see, y'all are trying. See, I would be more British about it and make it very satirical. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen, but I would make the opposing. I would make their misfits One Direction.
Oh,
I feel like that'd be hilarious.
you did a thing there. You did a thing there.
That would be
You did a
hilarious.
thing.
I can see that.
That would be
Because One
hilarious.
Direction could be like you wouldn't know it's One Direction until like maybe the
Right?
end of the second or third act, but you see them as these misfits or these villains, performing
Right.
and everything. They got their face covered up, they in dark colors and everything, and the whole time they sing all these songs and they battling and everything, and then it comes out One Direction. It's like Scooby Doo. They pull off their mask. One Direction versus the Spice Girls.
Oh my god! No. See, okay, now you made me want to go a step further, and it's like they go like LB would be like, no, let's see who this really is, and then take off
Right.
like Niall's face, and it's like Elton John.
Right, yeah, like a whole bunch of different legends. That'd be dope.
Right? It's like all the legends want to take down the Spice Girls.
Like
I'm here
everybody
for
wants to take down everybody wants to take down the Spice Girls. That's the thing. Because the
Yes.
Spice Girls don't want to sing, they want to take them down.
Right.
Mhm.
That actually be. Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Damn, why didn't we write this plot? Hey Paramount, if you're listening,
Okay, I'm ready to promote Paramount.
right?
I've had
Right.
Paramount Plus for 2 days, and I've watched too much in 2 days.
Period. Period.
Too much.
Period.
I see what you did there. Too much. I see what you did there.
Too much. Oh, we gotta make a playlist. Everybody put their favorite songs. We could do like top 15, top 10.
Ooh, okay, I like that. Top 15.
Because I feel like we all did like 3 songs a piece, maybe 4 songs a piece of our favorites. We might double up, but if we double up, we can choose another. But I feel like we should make a little favorite playlist, our favorite songs.
Yeah, because MD is all about the playlists.
Okay.
Yes.
If you ain't checked, go check them other playlists we made.
Okay. Like, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing if you hadn't?
Wait till that summer playlist hit.
You really will shake it to the left. You really will. And to the right. And to the front.
And shoot, they're going to be shaking it 360 style out here.
Right.
Shoot. 360. We said last week who we would want to be like if the Spice Girls. Who would be? I hate I'm about to say this. Who would be your Spice Boys?
Ooh.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on, because this could go like 20 different ways. What are the rules? Okay, are the rules for musicians today or because this could go like 50, 11 ways.
Right.
It don't matter.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Because if I say today, I'm gonna say The Weeknd. Made you think, huh?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out who.
Right.
Who would be scary? Who would be posh? Who would be baby? We say Ariana was our baby right now.
Yeah.
But who is the boy version?
Right, I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all gonna laugh when I say this.
What? What?
I was gonna say Sammy is baby.
Sammy?
Sammy. Okay. Well, I mean,
That's the only male artist that I can think that probably could be Baby.
I can see it. Granted, they would try to make Justin Bieber Baby, but he doesn't have it.
They would. They would. Shawn Mendes.
There it is.
Shawn Mendes.
Yeah,
Possibly. Yes, Shawn Mendes.
He'd be in there. Trying to think. That's 3, right? We got 3. So we need 2 more.
Because I said The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And then we said
Weeknd, Sammy, Shawn Mendes.
We so messy.
Harry Styles. Let's just be real.
Harry Styles, definitely.
Be real. That's 4. Don't make that joke, Avia. Don't do it.
Your friend, your best friend.
Weeknd, Shawn Mendes, Sammy, Harry Styles.
I got one more. Zayn.
There you go.
Yeah.
So which one's pulling the Jerry?
Bringing 2 members of One Direction in. I see you.
Which one's pulling the Jerry first? It'd be Zayn.
Ooh.
It'd be Zayn.
Because he pulled it anyway in real life.
Yeah.
He did. He went solo first, right?
Yep.
With that pillow talk.
Pillow talk. Oh, I'm gonna listen to that tonight. I hope we get this animated movie though.
Right?
Yes, I'm here for this animated movie because it showed that they might have taken a break, but they never really went anywhere.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're still here and they're still faithful to this day.
Right.
And like animation today is now imagine. I feel like if Spice World was animated in the 90s, it would be stop motion.
I could see that. If they did it like the old Christmas specials.
Yeah, I feel like it would look like that.
Like Rudolph.
It'd be more
really?
I feel like it'd be hilarious if it was like that.
That'd be
now I want a Spice Girls holiday special.
Right? Like that episode of The Nanny.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on The Nanny. Don't do it. Don't do it.
She would have been hilarious in Spice World. I'm gonna just say that.
If the manager, if there was a female manager,
Fran is the better
manager. I'm definitely here for it. Once she gonna give you the fashion because The Nanny gave you the fashion. So you know, I love that look with that checkered skirt she had on with the suspenders. Oh, that's like my favorite look she did. I know she got more iconic looks, but me personally, that was my favorite. Very, clean cut, simple, but stylish at the same time.
Period. And film nerd moment. The reason why that really would have been fun is because one of her first movie roles, she was playing a music manager.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. Bobby Fleckman. Yep.
Okay.
Plus, I think this is a opening door to just say, eventually we got to talk about The Nanny season by season.
Yes, because I love that show. Mr. Sheffield. Mr. Sheffield.
See.
You want to talk about one-liner? That's a one-liner.
And Niles has the best one-liners in TV history. I don't care what anyone says. He has the best one-liners in TV history. Just like how this movie is filled with great one-liners.
I ain't gonna argue with you tonight.
Oh, he not.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he said he here for CC Babcock.
CC?
Am I wrong?
No, because I was gonna say I know somebody else that has some iconic one-liners, but that's a whole nother topic. Just know it's a golden girl.
Oh, Sophia. So she does. She does.
The fact she knew.
She does.
Oh God. I'm sorry, I've been watching that from the beginning. Like I'm on season 2.
Period.
Oh man.
Betty White has some great ones in Hot in Cleveland. Like she is hysterical in Hot in Cleveland. She's pretty much like the Sophia in
Oh
Hot in
yeah, yeah,
Cleveland.
yeah, yeah. I saw episodes of that. I watched that because I was like, it's making her look like Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, yeah. I love Betty White. I'm sorry, but Rose was my favorite.
I would
No.
love if they had a show now, like if they like had like some kind of like sitcom, like a one camera type sitcom now. If the Spice Girls did, that would be
Gold.
Yes. He could make fun of
I would
him.
just like them to have a sitcom with today's world going on, like
Mm-hmm.
the current events, how music is being made right now, how technology it is, like how would the Spice Girls adapt to that world?
Right.
Social media presence and stuff like that. How are the Spice Girls handling that? Posh Spice going live on IG right now.
That would be hilarious.
Yes.
Like I could already see a scene where she'd have her phone and she'd be like, "Okay, how's this work?" And then she would say, "Okay, so here's my closet," and it would have nothing but the same dress in there.
The same black dress or the same dress in different colors?
The same little Gucci dress. The same little black Gucci dress. Just a bunch of. She's like, "See, look at the variety."
I'm here. Like,
hilarious.
Yo, like if they did that, and they like I was saying, if they, going off Spice World, even if they don't make a sequel movie, but if they at least continue it in like TV form, since TV is now becoming, in my opinion, TV has become more prominent in film now because there's more experimentalness in it, so they'll be able to work with it more to where it'll be more interesting if they did it as a TV show. I would love it. I would love it.
We deserve it.
I agree.
We do.
I 100% agree. So, final thoughts: Spice World. What are we thinking? What would we rate it?
I would give it, because it didn't fail. I'm not gonna give it a failing grade because it did not fail by any means. By any means, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Ooh. Okay.
I can dig that.
Okay. I ain't gonna step on toes, because I feel like we as a generation, or we as social media now, say culture reset, culture reset, culture reset. And the 90s of culture reset was happening, and that was a thing. If that was fetch, I think the Spice Girls and Spice Worlds was a culture reset in the 90s. Like I said earlier, what other 90s girl group had a movie like that, being naturally themselves but taking it to the next level and acting with it, not changing their personalities or anything like that, still being themselves and everything, but adding that extra movie buff to it. So I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I could dig that. I could dig that, because I was gonna give it, just because it did a job as a movie. It was hilarious. It had heart, good music. I'm giving it a 7.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, because it was like it just from like I could see myself watching this over and over. Like I get it. I really do get it.
I watched it twice a week. I watched it last week, and then I watched it right before we went home.
I watched it twice, because this was my second viewing of it, because I watched it first time a couple of days ago, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's hilarious. Like I don't see why people were so hard. I mean, I got an idea why people were so harsh, but it was funny. It really did its job. Like, period.
Thank you.
It really did. It did what it was supposed to do, and so I'm gonna keep watching it forever. Spicy
4. Come on, Avia Spice.
Right. Spice Nighting.
All right, hang on.
Spice Nighting. Hey, that's a fire name, actually. Spice Nighting.
Spice Nighting. Spice Nighting on the beat, and you know I'm about to.
There we go. There we go.
Yes, Spice Nighting.
Spice Nighting.
Okay. You got Aaron Spice, you got Spice Nighting, and now you got Spice 4. Ooh, it's a rebirth of that.
Right.
Let's go. Let's go. It's the power of the Spice Girls, y'all. It's the power of the Spice Girls.
The spirit lives in us.
I'm actually, even though I'm too lazy to change my name, I'm actually Paprika. Just want you to know that.
Yo, you're Paprika, so you're Aaron Paprika. You're Aaron Paprika. Okay.
That made me think when Mrs. Salt and Mrs. What was it? That's what I was. That made me think. I said they named this child Paprika. Yo, I was so as a kid, I was like, salt, pepper, made pepper. Salt, pepper, made paprika. Okay.
Mix the salt and pepper. Paprika also.
That's it. Okay, since we're talking about spices, what is your favorite spice to cook with?
Tony's. Tony Satcher. Tony's. Without doubt. Without question. Without question.
I'm trying to think what has the blend of all my.
You can say a blend because I was gonna say a blend.
No, I can't think. Like I don't want to butcher the name. I think it's a bedo.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my seasoning. That's my go-to. Because it's like Tony's, but it's not.
Yeah.
Nice Tony's. I like Slap Your Mama.
Period.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Slap Your Mama.
I'm glad you said that. I gotta go buy some more. Look, I'm a cook now. Y'all know.
Every single house in the South has Slap Your Mama in it.
Oh,
I know we got it.
Yep.
We got it in our kitchen.
They have a white pepper blend.
Yes.
Just want to let y'all know they have a white pepper blend, and I like it.
I saw it.
Okay.
That's the one I want to go get because we ran out because
that's a good one.
Using that stuff like water, but you know they got to spice up their life. So there's your reference. There's your closing episode reference for Spice Girl.
Spice up your life.
Period.
People on the road. Coming to the left. Having a good time. Shake it to the right. Give me feel one. Shake it to the front.
Yes.
Period.
I see ya. All tight.
Oh, I'm about to be listening to their music for the next 3 days.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. That's my.
Oh, you know what you told us earlier? Tomorrow is what, Avia?
Oh yes. Well, this is pre-recorded, so it is going to drop on Tuesday. But tomorrow, June 26th, is the 25th anniversary of the Spice Girls' first single, "Wannabe." So there's your historical fact for the day.
Yep. There you go. And on that note, our guest is Ben.
The Geek Spicy 4 from Earth 4. See you soon. Thank you guys for having me on. I hope we get to do another segment with you guys.
Of course.
Oh yeah, you're
I'm a big Spice Girls fan, so I appreciate this for letting me, be on this second and third episode of this journey. So thanks.
Anytime. You're welcome on the end. Anytime, sir.
Exactly. And y'all already know what's up. I'm the Aquarius. I'm Aaron Spice. I'm the funny one, but not really funny. That British humor. So I'll get that 3.5 out of 10.
Travesty. Like that is just.
According to Twitter.
I didn't even know that was. I'm about to read some of these reviews.
And I'm the Leo, Spice Nighton.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
So
And thank y'all so much for tuning into this episode of the A and A Show. We will be back soon. Have a great night, everyone.
girl power.
Girl power.
Spice up your life.
Period. Period.